Gilmore Girls and Emily's Maids. Did we cast a new actress every single episode, or were we randomly grabbing crew people from the set saying, hey, you, put this on? How did casting work, and what other fun facts do I have from behind the scenes? By the way, hi, I'm Valerie. I worked on Gilmore Girls, and I share a lot of fun facts. But the only way that those fun facts are going to reach you is if you engage with this post, so it'll show up in your FYP. And for those videos that don't show up in your FYP, go follow me on YouTube. First, let's talk about casting. At the beginning of every episode, the ADs will create a breakdown of what actors and background that they need. Our casting department consists of two different entities. One is the casting for the actors that speak. On the original run of Gilmore Girls, that was Mara Casey and Jamie Rodofsky. They would then create a casting breakdown, which would be sent to all the agents. The agents would look at that and decide whether or not they had any actors that would fit that bill, and then they would submit headshots for those actors. Casting would then have those people come in for an audition, and if they loved what they did enough, they would show them for the producers and have them return for a callback. We have just some bucket of maids that they looked at the beginning of the season. I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna tag Mara Casey, who was our casting director in this, and maybe she'll get back to me. Maybe she'll even write something in the comment. Now, most of the Gilmore maids did not speak. There was only a few that actually did. Central Casting was our casting company for background, and the way that worked was just a little bit different. So Central Casting would work off of that AD extras breakdown. They'd submit the headshots of all the people that they thought would be good for that role. Now, these little headshots had everything. Had their name, it had their sizes, and it also had their basic demographics, hair color, eye color, and height and weight and everything that you need to know about that person. The producers would then look at the images that were sent to them, and they would circle the ones that they really, really wanted. Before those names got submitted, they would check their availability. And then the day we filmed with the Gilmore maids, they would just come in, we'd fit them on the costume trailer, and they would go to set. One fun fact about the maid outfit is that when I first started working on Gilmore Girls, we had one outfit. One outfit. Repeat, one outfit. And I was like, Brenda, we need more than just one outfit. Everyone magically fit in. It was like Sisterhood of the Traveling Maid dresses. It didn't matter if these actors were tall or short, that maid outfit was going on them. Believe me, you will notice when you watch the Gilmore maids that outfit, sometimes it's a respectable hem length, and other times it is just ridiculously short on that person because that person was tall. And another fun fact about the maids is the very first episode of Gilmore Girls, which was the unaired pilot merged, their outfit was black, and we used a gray one with a very special collar. These are all Warner Brothers rentals. I don't know why we didn't have more. I was like, Brenda, we need to get more. She explained the whole, well, the collar, it's special. I made it from lace and it only fits this particular outfit. And I was like, okay, Brenda, we need another one in case something happens, because we would send that out to cleaning. And over time, it was starting to get really trashed. So eventually Brenda found some more lace and she created a second collar. I remember Brenda always telling us casting that the maid needed to fit the outfit, which is why the maids were always kind of around the same size. But there was this one time where Amy wanted someone that was a little bit bigger. And I remember when she showed up that day and we're like, oh shit. I ran down to the costume department and grabbed whatever maid outfits I could that were matching the ones that we had on the trailer. Luckily, we were able to alter one that we found down in stock so it would fit her. Because Gilmore Girls was low budget, we were not buying maid uniforms. We had to use what was in stock, and that's all they had. And it wasn't like we could just order this period maid outfit that had been down in stock forever. Did any crew members ever end up in that maid outfit? Technically, they auditioned for the role, but Inger Jackson, who was Rory's stand-in on the original show, ended up playing Inger the maid. One last thing, be on the lookout for a maid that ended up being in multiple episodes. Now, I got this memory of this very tall blonde maid who accidentally ended up in 2 different episodes. I think the reason she ended up in 2 different episodes is because we had a new set of ADs and they did not know that they were not supposed to bring in the same people from previous episodes that had been the maid.